Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm a man of the people. I talk about what the people want me to talk about. That's what I do here. I talk about things that you guys ask for. And one of the more requested topics recently has been anything to do with Micah and Micah's channel and what he's doing and how things are flowing. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about my perspective on everything he's doing and how his channel is working and going and developing and everything, because there's a lot to unpack here. So hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this content, and let's just jump right into it. The biggest thing that people want me to talk about surrounding Micah right now is the continued negativity that has followed him since Good. This is something that plagued both him and Grant initially, but was really only intense for Grant for like maybe 2 months and then sort of died off. And now we see a resurgence of collaborations between Grant and GM. They haven't posted anything yet, but they've played golf together. They've talked about doing it. Obviously, GM Golf has used Grant's thumbnail or outline in a thumbnail. Luis at the Candy Shop, their podcast, they use Grant's outline as a thumbnail. Like, he's very much reintegrated into this good world. He was at Matt Sharp's wedding. So I think the fact that there's a relationship there between him and those guys has settled the fans down. I think the reason why Micah is still receiving a lot of this backlash on just literally everything that guy posts, like Instagram, YouTube, it doesn't matter. There's so much negativity in those comments always. I think it's probably because you still have a lot of like really loyal good fans who are still mad at him for that. But also, more than just being mad at him for that, I think it's the fact that the relationships are definitely still soured. Like I think the relationships are just non-existent anymore between Micah and anyone from that space. And so I think that's part of it. I think that the short answer to why I think he gets so much flack in the comments is probably because of that. I don't really think it's because of much he's doing. Like, he does post some, maybe a little bit like more, like, I don't know, the captioning sometimes in some of his videos on Instagram and his reels are a little aggressive, and maybe that can rub people the wrong way and just come across maybe a little like cocky, I guess, at times. But like, I don't necessarily think that's the intent, and I don't think that in and of itself would be enough to, you know, be the catalyst for all this. I think a lot of it is still coming from the fact that just the relationships are totally soured, and I think that's impacting the audience that he grew really through Good. That's the other big thing, right? Is like, a lot of his core audience was there solely because of Good and the bleed off that happened from being part, you know, of Garrett's videos and of Good's videos. And so, yeah, it's interesting. That, I think, answers kind of the negativity question a little bit. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think about that down below. But as far as the trajectory of the channel, this is the other thing people tend to comment on a lot with Micah, is a lot of people tend to talk about the direction of the channel and potential dips of the channel. So I went into the numbers. I did some deep dives in some numbers, crunched the data for you guys, and the long and short of it is Micah is actually still growing. His channel is still growing. It's not dying. It's not, it's definitely slowed down, but it's not over. Like, it's not, he's still, in this last month, he's gained 7,000 subscribers. His views are down 38%, but still over 1 million views in a month. And he really only posts like once a week, like if that. Like, it's pretty infrequent, his posting schedule. The biggest thing that's happened is he's really changed the content. Out of his last 12 videos, only one of them, I believe, has been a collaborative video. Whereas if you take the month before he left or officially announced that he was leaving Good, out of those 12 videos, I think one of them wasn't a collaborative video. So it's just been a massive 180. And then obviously, if you go 3 months back from that, of those, a sample size of 12 videos from 3 months back from before he left Good, every single one of them was basically a collaborative video, and they were collaborations with members of Good. And so there's two things that are happening there. It's a very big shift in content. Obviously, he did always post kind of that pro golf style stuff, but he had, you know, like whatever kind of challenge based things, collaborative based things, match based things on his channel that he just really isn't posting as much of anymore. And what happens with that style of content is it bleeds over viewership from those other people's channels. So naturally, those videos are typically going to perform better than solo videos. The thing that's a little different is when he posts videos maybe that are like him playing in a tournament, or the example is the PGA Tour event that he played in, the PGA Tour Canada event. That video got 520 some thousand views, and if you compare that to his first Korn Ferry Tour event video he posted back when he was in Good, it's the same numbers. So like those types of videos are still doing the same. I think the PGA Tour Canada one might have been fueled by a little bit of anger views, because he did come dead last in that, and that was kind of a negative storyline around it. So I think a lot of people may have clicked on it, bolstered the numbers a little bit because of that, but I think they're still similar enough. But his average video he's posting now, not being a collaboration, not being bolstered by the good audience, right? Like if all he had to do, like if you go look at his matches with Grant back when he was in Good versus the matches now, like the ones back then blow these ones out of the water, because they had that entire good audience invested and interested in it. And now that's not the case. So although his channel is still growing, it's definitely growing at a slower rate, but he is doing it differently. And we've talked about this on the channel before, is that I do support the direction he's taking his channel, in the sense of like, he's not that guy. Like he's not the most like bah ha 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 personality driven guy. His content, in my opinion, is driven by his golfing abilities, him hitting the ball 400 yards and people being in awe of that, and then people wanting to see someone go along this journey. All his videos now have the subtitle The Journey, of him basically trying to make it as a pro golfer. And so it is unique, it's different. Not a lot of people are posting that kind of content, and diving into that solely, it is a change up. And although he is still growing his audience slowly, it's much slower than it was before, but I think it's much more true to his brand, and it's going to promote more longevity. I don't think Micah wants to be a YouTuber, right? Like I don't think being a YouTuber is his number one thing. I think being a pro golfer is his number one thing. The reason why I do YouTuber is because sometimes you have to do stuff on YouTube that's kind of exaggerated and blah and like whatever, right? I don't think that's what he wants to do. I think what he wants to do is try to pursue this pro golfing. The only kind of sticky situation hiccup I see coming in this is that the only reason he's able to pursue pro golf right now is not because he's good at golf and winning golf tournaments and making money from it. It's because he has a YouTube channel, and all of his support and all of his brand deals and the TaylorMade deal, none of that would exist if he wasn't a YouTuber. None of that would exist just to support him being a pro golfer, because obviously he's not a very good pro golfer yet. And that's just like, you know, obviously in the stance of like, even guys on the Korn Ferry Tour don't make enough money to pay their bills. So like, he's not even close to that yet. And so there's no way he would have the ability to do what he's doing right now without the YouTube channel. So that's kind of the tightrope walk here, is because if he puts too much into the pro golf thing, or if the pro golf content happens to not perform as well and the channel starts to suffer and his income then starts to suffer, brands might start to fall off. That's going to be a slippery slope to watch. So I'm interested to see how all that plays out. I obviously wish Micah nothing but the best. I personally don't have any issues with him at all. But yeah, I wanted to try to bring you guys an objective take on everything that's happening, because you guys ask a lot of questions around this. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. See you in the next one.